Hi guys, I am sitting here with Andre Largen, and he is the reason I am living here in the US. Not many people know this, and everybody keeps asking me about my life and what do I do, blah, 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 blah. And you're learning a little bit about me through the people who've impacted my life. Andre Largen. This is Andre.
Hey.
Andre and I met in Trinidad.
Right. Shortly after you came from England.
Yes.
Yes. I was at TIC. And
exactly.
You were at St. Francois.
St. Francois. Right. Oh my goodness. They used to call it biscuit hat because we had a black and white checkered uniform and with a white shirt, and we had to wear a straw hat. Yeah. That was our school. We hung out together through Derek and Ingrid
and the
Gregory.
Thorns,
Denzel
and his cousin.
Right, Charlo. Oh my God.
Dance Theatre of Harlem first.
Right.
That was where the scholarship was too.
Wow.
Dance Theatre of Harlem, and so I was there first, and then from there.
Yeah.
I
DTH guys, DTH, Dance Theatre of Harlem. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So from there I went tired.
So how did you get from that to Ailey's?
My aunt, French aunt. From the French side was living. She was a teacher at DTH doing folk, and so she arranged for me to go to the audition for the program, and I was supposed to be going in for the fall session, and she knew the scholarship advisor, Dolores Brown, Abelson. And so they made arrangements for me to come in. I got to the audition late at Ailey. But when I got there, I was walking up and down the steps at 59th Street.
Right.
Going,
that was the best thing.
What am I doing? What am I doing? And and then I called my aunt and I said, Aunt Marie, I don't know what's going on. So she spoke to Doris Brown, and the next thing she said, well, come in and see me. So at that point, I wrote a letter a little later to Dance Theatre of Harlem saying that I was leaving. The Ailey School was not yet accredited, nor Dance Theatre. The only school accredited at the time was Martha Graham.
Right.
So that's how I ended up at Martha Graham and actually securing that technique.
And that was great because around that time, Martha Graham was just a couple of blocks from Ailey.
Exactly.
Perfect.
We would say around the corner.
Around the corner, exactly. Because that's the same thing with me. When I came up and I got this scholarship, I got the scholarship also at Graham, and then I got a scholarship at Joffrey's. But then going around the corner was just a very easy thing. It was lovely.
Yeah, so I did that, and I did that for years, and then the whole time, remember when I got into the Graham Company, remember I didn't tell anybody, and then somebody at the Graham School told you, and you came and said, I heard you're in the company, and I said, well, how do you know? I didn't tell anybody because I was a performer. And then I remember the secretary, because we would have gone upstairs, and they would have told you, knowing the whole connection, and said, he's in the company.
But Andre was the person who encouraged me to come up and audition.
Yeah.
And there were so many things that were going through my mind at that time to come up by myself. But there was an urgency. There was an urgency I felt, and I remember when I asked my mom was like, And then all of a sudden, she put me on a plane, didn't tell my dad, told me never look back, and here I was in this country by myself. Not that I didn't travel before and whatnot, but it was like, this is it, because I travel with Asta Johnson, but also with Derek.
Oh, right.
And the productions with Galt McDermott and the whole thing. So I was on my own quite a bit, but this was a whole different deal, and I was scared I would, even though Andre said, I could come up and audition, what if I came up and made a fool of myself and all of those things. But he's a person that introed me into this country and this life, for which I'm very, very grateful.
But we all made a fool of ourselves at some point or the other in dance, because when there was a point, not just from Teen Talent having the scholarship from Teen Talent, winning Teen Talent, having that scholarship, was when I was voted the best male dancer by the BBC. That, I think, is one that did me in and sort of went to my head a little bit. So when I got here, I thought, oh, I was
good,
and I did not know I was the worst thing. So because I had to be yelled at by teachers, in order to correct the bad things, that I had thought.
1976, December of 1976 that I came here.
Oh,
I've been here for all that time.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I came and I saw you you were at that time in the third company. Were you in the third company by that time? And that you were doing, you're performing. Yes, you were.
I was going to put him in the third right then.
Yes, I mean you were. I can't even say the words. Sometimes I say these words and I'm causing problems. You were the shit at the time in third company. I remember that. And it was great to just see all that you've accomplished in the time that you came, that you've been here. I mean, I really was astounded. I looked up and I said, wow, I mean, it's really great.
Yeah,
And we had all those teachers, Mr.
Robert.
Mr. Christopher was my ballet.
Christopher.
Right.
Yeah, Robert Christopher.
But we also had, for modern.
We had Pat Thomas.
Pat Thomas.
Milton Myers.
Milton. How was more audition? That was the rule that I was given at Ailey's.
Okay,
so we used to sneak out. Remember Pat? What's her name?
Pat Dingle.
Is it Pat Dingle?
Tall.
Pat
Dingle.
She used to disappear during the lunch hours because a lot of times we'd go up on the roof and hang out. It was a fun time in the summer.
Ailey? Oh, it's great.
At Ailey's on 59th Street. Yeah, we used to go up on the roof.
Gone up on the roof.
Yeah, we used to go hang out.
It was a great. I used to go up there.
And Miss Pat used to disappear, and one of the things we learned was that people would sneak out and go audition for different things.
Yeah, I never did that. So see.
And I did, and I auditioned for Bob Fosse's All That Jazz. And on the second callback was like a major thing. But that was also the time that you had the accident. When we talk about an accident that happened where you were coming home from a performance and coming home in the bus that carries the whole group, and it was Ailey's third company.
No,
second company. Sorry, yes, second company, and did someone pass?
Yeah, Judy. 4 people: the bus driver, Judy, the driver of the truck, and the driver of the car.
Was it somebody hit head on or?
No, the driver of the truck had a heart attack.
Oh,
and jumped the divider.
Goodness.
So of course, anything can happen once you lose every control.
Yes.
So he hit a car with soldiers before us, and then he hit us.
And with that, Andre suffered with his leg, and so as he was just saying, it changed the course of his life.
Of everything, yeah. I mean,
and that was coming back from a performance.
Right. And I was in the hospital for a long time.
Yes.
And that was it, really. We were just about giving in the hospital and trying to save your life and making sure that you stay the course. And I stayed the course. And,
through some pity parties. And Billboard.
The parties we used to have here.
Yes, comes back from the hospital.
Every Thursday night.
And, he's mending. And, before, I used to say to myself, where are these people, his friends? Where are they? Then, of course, the friends appear. And again, that's after the mend is on for quite some time. And so they would appear and have these Thursday parties called the pity parties, which used to piss me off. The boo-hoo parties. The boo-hoo parties.
But they were all Ailey first company, second company people.
It used to piss me off in a bit because here's Andre with his leg up on a chair or a stool or whatever, and everybody's boo-hooing about stuff, and I'm like, and he isn't boo-hooing. Most of the time, he's listening to other people's boo-hoo. I'm like,
Well, yeah, I mean, that was it. I never complained because I felt like
yeah,
this was my lot, but it doesn't have to define me.
correct.
And so I never allowed it to
Right.
define me. Because what I say now is what I was becomes who I am now. So that I can function still in that realm. I teach, I dance, I choreograph, I move. I may not move the way I used to, but I move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And where are you teaching now? You're teaching in different countries?
Yeah, but I did that for a while.
What
and
countries
now I'm
were they?
just London and I've been in Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados.
But you used to
Belgium.
be Belgium as well.
That's about it.
That's about it. That's a lot.
And all over because we've toured. I did courses in Taiwan, Wisconsin, New York, NYU.
Travel more than I did.
Where else? Yeah. Did I do? No, I didn't teach in. I talked about it in Israel, but I didn't really teach it. So.
And now you're a resident teacher at UE or something, University of West Indies.
Lecturers, yeah. I love what I'm doing. That's been my passion. And I don't know how many people can say that they love what they do and what they do helps earns their keep.
Right.
Because people do things because it's a means to an end.
Right.
Not in my case.
Right.
What I do is what I love.
Right.
So I love getting up and teaching and doing this. Sometimes it's very tiring, and sometimes you get students who...
Hold that note, because I'm going to need to get there with you with my big six.
Big six.
The big six.
Big six.
I haven't heard that laugh in a while.
She has a big six.
But number one, first one, what do you consider your biggest success to date?
My biggest success is overcoming the injuries. It's overcoming and living for Christ. That's my biggest success. Is overcoming. Really, not letting it. It never hindered me. Sylvia Waters wrote something to me, and now I do it, saying that my demeanor is a blessing. You know, and so. Because I embraced it, because it's a new chapter in my life. And I went on. Now the book has started to be written, but it's not finished. Okay. No, I'm talking about. I'm not writing a book of my life. This part. Right. Yes. So it's a new chapter. So the book that was started before with him dancing and studying and being an alien, being in Korea and being in all these different places. Yeah, that's it. But now there's a new chapter. And the new chapter is. It's a complete metamorphosis, really, where he has come from that to this. And now he is starting. And you think, well, okay, he's teaching now that he wasn't teaching before. Yes, he was. But now, even the way I teach now is different from then because I don't move the same way. I don't walk the same way. I can't run up and down like I did at the time. But, hey, at the accident, they told me I would lose my leg. I still have it. Right. They told me I would never walk again. I walk. Yes. And so maybe I have a limp, but I walk. Yes. So that's the greatest achievement. Yes. What has been your most difficult challenge and how did you conquer it? Most difficult challenge? I think convincing people that I was all right. Because, sometimes people, they mean well. But they want you to say that you've suffered and you have this and you have that. And really, I don't consider anything a suffering. I wasn't suffering. I believe this was the course of my life. And so, I have to deal with each day. And I don't look back and say, oh, I wish I would have the accident. Why not? Would I wish this on someone else? No. But it's how I choose to deal with it, how my family and friends choosy and how they were there. You know what I mean? How people were around, how people.
Surprised to know about you. The same people that you maybe have been hanging out with for ages, or that you've come here to see, or you just hung out with for the holidays.
Not all that happened, but some others maybe here about how passionate I am about my God.
Because you don't really.
Because there are two things that I hold dear: my God and my name. Yeah, my God and my name.
Have I been pronouncing it correctly? Largen?
Largen is correct,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
But it's not even about the pronunciation.
No, I don't know.
It's about the name. The name, and I must have the integrity to go with that name. I must not shame my forefathers or shame my parents in things that I would have done or might have done, and I might have done it before I might have shamed them had they been around. But now, no. I have to think before I say things, because sometimes this can get us in a lot of trouble. So I have to really think, and especially because you deal with people and their emotions as well. You know what I mean? And you have to be aware, and you have to be kind, and you have to let people sometimes give them space to speak and not speak over them. And you have to listen, because sometimes all they want is a listening ear. You know what I mean? So I can't be, because it's not always about me. And I thank God for the situations He's put me in. I thank Him for the situations He's pulled me through. And I thank Him because I realize that He did not put us here to see through each other, but to see each other through.
No, that's something. So. Next question. That just hit me. Okay. What projects are you working on now?
Well, on the 20th, we start back at the university. So I just finished all my markings and sending in my marks for the last semester. I'm still working, I have 3 courses I'm teaching this coming semester. Working at that, and also working on, should be presenting works and paper in Greece in July. So I have to start working on the paperwork as well as getting the funding for I'll be taking dancers as well. And so I'll be doing that. And I'm also working on a production. I try to do a dance production once a year. But I didn't do anything last year. But one of my dear friends passed. I don't know if you remember Anne Paula Bovell, who's teaching ballet at Korean School. And she passed, and that really did a number on me this year. And I was there with her the day she passed, just holding and crying. So I want to do a show in her honor. I will do the last work that she did, using some of my dances and some of her old dances, if some of them have agreed to come and do it. And because of my association with Ailey and the companies, now they just have a first and second company, but both of us. So my association with the first company and second company, because I danced in the first, I danced with the second, I did it all. And now with the school, I am given the opportunity to give a scholarship to Ailey.
Who would you like to shine light on? Like, for me, I'm shining light on you and the journey that you've had, as well as what you've done for me. What one person?
One person?
One.
Oh my gosh.
I know, but you wanna.
Well, yeah,
who was really inspired you in your life, whether it's dance or in your being, or God.
It's dance, yeah, but I wouldn't go. Can I say 2?
All right, go with 2.
Calvin Rotardier.
Oh my gosh! Haven't thought
Those two,
Oh my
Calvin Rotadier, Sylvia Waters. Those are my people. And it's on their shoulders I stand.
What a man.
It's on their shoulders I stand. And if we could have added a third person, it would have been Beryl McBurney.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Wow.
we can say Cyril St. Louis. You know, we can go to people
Yes.
who were so important and so there for me. You know what I mean? Accident, Calvin, Sylvia. Sylvia, still we were together up to Saturday. I should be seeing her either tomorrow or the next day. When Calvin, before he passed, we would be all over the place. I would always, because he can cook a mean curry. Always be there, have some curry with Calvin, man. You know.
Curry with Calvin.
Oh yeah.
There's a thing in that.
You know.
So I'm very happy that you stuck. That you're here. That you've allowed me this time. Because again, you're my intro to this country and my life. With all the ups and downs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's my pleasure to really
Oh gosh.
It's a good pleasure.
Oh
Here,
God,
you know?
Lord.
Just
So you have to catch that too. So anyway,
so
this is
hey.
So this is Andre Largen. Episode 7, Star Among Us. Over and out. Kindly like, subscribe, comment. Please comment. You guys ain't commented. And for those who commented, thank you so much. All right? This is a messy one, guys.
Right.
Ciao.
Peace out.
Peace out.